started digging through some stats. Man, there are some weird stats to stand out 3 weeks into the year. So I figured we would run through some of those with you.
Love it. I mean, overreactions are kind of my sweet spot, but this is fine too. I love stats and I love some deep dives. So let's get into it.
All right, let's start here. Surprising week 3 stats 3 weeks into the SEC football season. First up, Bryce Young is 7th in the SEC in passing yards, settled somewhere between Spencer Rattler and Brady Cook. Marler, is that just a product of unbalanced competition through the first 3 weeks, or should we be concerned the reigning Heisman Trophy winner just isn't throwing for a ton of yards yet?
So first thing I'm going to do, and this has just been a constant theme this week, is pat myself on the back, because if you listen to College Football Uncensored, you listen to any of the SDS videos I made, I said absolutely hammer Bryce Young under his passing yard total before the season because of all year ago to get to that number, and he's not even close. I'm not super concerned. I mean, you still got Arkansas on the schedule, who has the worst pass defense in the country. The biggest concern for me is some of the play calling in terms of, well, I think they've been a little bit too cute with it, and I think they also have had a difficult time replacing they're not two generational receivers, but one was with Jamison Williams. I wonder how that looks like in terms of stretching the field more, because they have not done a good job of that, like on deep balls, trying to really. That's the main concern.
The other stat that stood out to me in terms of quarterbacks, Anthony Richardson, who everybody was jumping all over week 1 against Utah, currently ranks dead last in the SEC in passing yards and 0 passing touchdowns. Usually not what you want out of your starting quarterback. Should Gator fans be concerned about Anthony Richardson?
Yes. He has the lowest QBR of any FBS quarterback in the state of Florida.
Wow.
Absolutely. Haven't thrown a passing touchdown. How is that possible? Because they've been putting up a decent amount of points in some of those games. It's one thing to say, the Kentucky defense, he threw 2 bad interceptions, and I wouldn't be concerned there. But you've had 3 straight home games. You've been at home for 3 straight weeks where it's only going to get more difficult. I would absolutely be concerned that they're going to need him to pull a miracle, to pull off a miracle this week against Tennessee at Tennessee.
I don't know how much you buy into QBR, quarterback rating, but do you know who leads the SEC in QBR right now?
Stetson Bennett.
Yeah, 183 is Stetson Bennett's QBR.
Yeah, Stetson Bennett's the best quarterback in America right now. I mean, I said this going into the year, and people thought I was crazy, but I remember going on to I forgot which radio show it was. I think it was out of Ruston, Louisiana. And they were asking me who has the best chance of winning the Heisman out of the SEC, and I was like, it would be Stetson Bennett, because I don't think Bryce is going to get it again, just based off what we've seen from past winners that come back to school. But that offense they put up some yards, man, and they attack you every which way possible.
The other thing, KJ Jefferson and Hendon Hooker are right behind Stetson in terms of QBR in the SEC. Bennett also leads the conference in completion percentage at 73.8%.
Yeah, well, and what's crazy about that too is you look at his numbers for passing yards, because he's second in the SEC in passing yards, right? Yeah. He's second in the SEC in passing yards, but he also had a significant attempts than Will Rogers, who's number 1.